everyone. I hope you're bright and cheery on this rather cold Monday evening. It's got a bit chillier, hasn't it? I've had to put a bit of the heating on. And I've got jeans on today for the first time in ages. So, well, let's have a little chit chat about the class. So, welcome to everyone who's done the class before. Thrilled to see you again. It's marvellous. And if you've tuned into the first time, I'm very happy to see you at all. So if it is your first time, I'll explain a bit what happens. I've got a very interesting model for you who I'll be interviewing and chat. Well, when I say interview, I mean chatting to throughout the show. So you've got something to listen to while you draw, because I can't go around and look at your pictures individually. So use whatever you want to draw with. I've had people using ketchup, lipstick, Diet Coke, torn up paper, collage, computer. You can draw on your computer if you like, if you know how. It's easy. And then at the end of the programme, we want you to send your pictures by Facebook Messenger to Isolation Station Hastings. But this week we're going to try an experiment because it's become less of an art show and more of a chat show, and I want more of you to try to draw. So we're going to have a quick pose for the first 5 minutes. So I'm going to ask Claudine just simple questions there. We're not going to get into a deep and meaningful chat. So if you could possibly do a quick drawing to start with, quick sketch. Don't worry if you think it's bad. In my opinion, nothing's bad. Anything you draw, any mark you make is worthwhile. So we're going to have an experiment this week just to do that, to see if that works. So we like to ring the changes. So the model, oh, hi Karen. So the model would, hi Penny Pepper, oh, glad you've joined in. Hi Despo from wherever you said you were. Hi Brian. Oh, there's a lot of you. So I hope you got what I said about the quick drawing to start. But a lot of people have found the models are a bit fidgety. But to be honest, I think Claudine's in a very pose where she won't be able to fidget that much. But if you want to take a screenshot with your other appliance or whatever, device, I mean the word, not appliance, and then you can listen and draw from the other picture. Oh, it's very modern. So, hi Pauline Gibb. So, hi Richard Bratton. Oh, I hope you're all settling down now and you're ready for your quick drawing. Let me have a think what I can talk about till we start, because I know it takes a while to get settled. Well, I've been on a very long journey this weekend. I went all the way to Yorkshire, which was thrilling. The main excitement was I had to take my mum. Oh, hi Joe. The main excitement was on the way there, we were driving for 6 hours, and finally I thought, we've got to go to the toilet. It was me and my mum. She's quite old and got Alzheimer's. So I thought, right, we're going to stop for the toilet. We stopped at a service station. We went up and they went, sorry, you can't come in. We go, what, we're desperate, please. And they went, no, we've had a power cut. There's no electricity whatsoever. Health and safety, you can't come in. So I went, what about health and safety? My poor mum, she has to go to the toilet. I really, acted it up. And then they said, we go and ask the manager. So this charming young man came out holding a flashlight he'd managed to acquire from the Smiths in the service station and said, if you don't tell anyone, I'll take you both in to the toilet. So we were led all through the empty service station in the pitch black to the toilet. It was very exciting. Except my poor mum got the wrong ends of the stick and she thought it was in darkness because of COVID. I don't know if she thought the virus had got into the electrics or what. But anyway, that was this weekend's drama. Still, I've been yakking on for a long time now. So now I would love to introduce this week's guest, a Hastings resident, and you'll find out about her during the chit chat, all right? So please welcome Claudine Eccleston.
Hey.
Hi, Claudine.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. See, I've never met Claudine in real life before. Well, this isn't in real life either, but at least you'll be able to meet her and I'll be able to find out more about her because I think she's a very interesting person.
I have
So,
met you in real life, Sue.
pun, have you?
Yeah, I met you at Sea Spray.
Oh, did you? Oh,
You were wearing the most beautiful kimono.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry I forgot that exciting event. I like that kimono, but I know it's hard to believe, but it's a little bit too big for me. So I find it, I don't wear it often. So I have to hitch it all about. Right. So, Claudine, while they do their quick 5-minute sketch, I'm going to ask you some very simple questions about your likes and dislikes. Have you had your tea today? Your dinner?
I've had my dinner.
What did you have?
Yeah, I had we had 4 different squashes, and my friend who's locked in, she's from Antigua, Vanessa. Shout
Yeah.
out Vanessa if you're there. She made a brown stew, beef stew, which I put into a pie. So I made a pie which we had with squashes, with sort of mixed nuts and caramelized onions on it, and a
That's
coleslaw.
exceptionally healthy. Do you grow the squashes yourself?
No, Lidl's did.
Oh, very good.
But
Because
I have it on great authority that Nadine Gorey is has saved me one, because she grew a lot in her garden
oh, did
just
she?
this year.
Yeah, I started growing stuff, but to be honest, it didn't really work well. I don't think I gave it enough love and attention. Oh well,
Yeah,
next
well,
year.
I grew a load of tomatoes. People kept coming and giving me tomatoes, so I've been eating loads of tomatoes, and it's played havoc for my arthritis.
What made it
Knee.
worse?
Oh my God, inflammation. It's not a friend.
Yeah,
No, tomatoes, if you've got inflamed joints, or you're prone to a bit of the old rickety knees and stuff,
yeah. Oh,
stay
I've got
away
rickety.
from tomatoes.
Have you got anything you can recommend for rickety knees?
Um, well, I just keep moving. I try and keep moving, but
Yeah,
I mean, good oil, fish oil, and other good oils, and I think good food,
yeah,
natural calcium-rich greens and things. I
yeah.
don't know.
I take turmeric every day, but I don't really know if it makes a difference.
Well,
But
I don't take turmeric because I have so much in the way of turmeric in my food.
yeah,
Although at the moment my daughter is staying with me,
yeah,
and she buys turmeric, the fresh turmeric, by the truckload, and we've
yeah,
just made a fresh ginger and turmeric, sort of like a cordial, which
yeah,
is amazing. I don't know if it does anything, but it sure tastes good.
yeah. So I just want to have a word with everyone.
Mm.
Oh, Despo says, oh, I didn't know that about tomatoes. I don't eat that many tomatoes. But what about, has anyone done a quick sketch yet that they can send in that we can have a quick look at? Anyone? I bet they won't have done. They're not very obedient, the people who
Have you
watch.
noticed how still I've been as well?
You've done very good. You've done marvellously. Your
I've been
picture,
like really staying still, trying not to fidget, and not one person has produced the goods.
I know we're waiting. Anyone done a really quick sketch that they can send up? No, we sit here, we go. Mind you, it's about 10-second delay.
Mm.
Oh, Debbie Darling, she loves tomatoes.
Well, I still love them, and
Yeah,
I've still got loads of tomatoes that are still ripening, and we've got
yeah,
bowls, and oh, it's just, So I've been making sauce, and I've made well, I think it's amazing. I made an amazing to my own chili garlic sauce with the tomatoes and the garlic, which I grew as well. I've been a right bloody farmer down here.
you have, haven't you? All right,
Yeah.
so nothing coming yet, but if you've got a quick one, just send it in. But then if you want to concentrate on your nice big picture, you can do that as well. We just have to go with the flow. Now, I'm going to start asking you proper questions now, Claudine.
All right.
What would you describe your job title or your status in life as?
Well,
Because I've seen a lot of things about you.
I do loads of stuff, but my particular status, which I'm trying to enjoy, is that of a geriatric delinquent. that was my granddad, who used to, you know, always show up at our parties and dance, and, you know, wandered all over the place and just did stuff, and, you know, got into trouble mostly with parents because he would be encouraging young people to do things that young people do, and parents, especially me as well, wasn't always happy. We had a couple of incidents when he would just like put rum in the punch,
Oh
and then
no.
the children bounce off the wall. I have to say that I do not believe in giving alcohol to small children. So
I
just,
agree with you there. This
you
be
know,
a treat for them when they grow up.
yeah. Yeah, but no, I mean, what I mean, geriatric delinquent, I mean, like doing the things that, you know, people somehow disapprove of, like just walking down the road and saying hello, or stopping and having a chat, having a drink and a dance, you know, wearing bright colours and
Oh,
maybe
I'm all for a bright colour.
skateboard. I can't actually balance, so skateboarding would be a bit of a test,
Yeah.
but hey, yeah. And
Oh,
actually, Hastings is a good place to practice being a geriatric delinquent,
I
you
know.
know?
It's so full of them. Everyone you meet.
Yeah, the
I love
drinking
the
town.
people.
They call it the drinking town with a fishing problem, don't
I
they?
know. I love the way. I remember my friend did a show at my friend's pub, The Fountain, and she went, "Oh, I love it here. Everyone's so old. We're all out having fun." Because loads of my friends, yeah, when I was young, I went out all the time. But loads of my friends from that time now live here. We're still
Yeah.
going out and having fun, misbehaving every now and then.
It is.
Not all the time.
It's sadly, I worked with, you know, sort of young people whose families had never been to a coffee bar or a gallery or you know, there's these bars here, and they've been living here all their lives, or were born and grew up here. So there is something about some of the fun, but hopefully, you know, after this madness, you know,
Yeah.
everybody will be, you know, that life will be more inclusive despite best efforts of some of the
I
idiots.
really hope that people will realise that they don't need so much, and you don't need to buy so much, and that you can entertain yourself very cheaply. And like I saw someone on the telly day moaning, "Oh, my business! I can only just, I can only got enough money for what I need." And I think, well, what's wrong with that? It's nice to have a luxury holiday, but you don't need them, do you? I don't.
No, I
Oh,
do
some
not.
pics have come in. Some pics. We're going to put them up. Let's have a quick
Yeah,
look.
we can find luxury holidays right here up the road.
Marvellous. Who did that? Let's have a look.
That is
Very
like
good. Got your hit.
nailed it.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
that's very good for quick
God,
drawing.
that's
That's
incredible.
lovely.
That's very flattering.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
more a
yeah.
cartoon, but nice.
No, I like that.
Any more? Oh, I'm so thrilled that some people have sent them in. Thank you very much. But now you can do lots of little ones, or you can concentrate and do one lovely portrait, whatever you like.
Yeah.
Because I'm like that. I'm not a strict person. Just go, oh, yeah, do whatever you want. That's why people, when I did my live art classes, they liked it because I just said, oh, just do what you fancy.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to talk to you about, because talking as a privileged white person, I feel sometimes that I didn't mean to be racist, but sometimes I realised I was. And just recently, with this Black Lives Matter, I've really thought about things and and looked up about a lot of things, and I've realised I've got to be much more thoughtful. Don't know how to say it properly. Do you know what I mean? But I know that you did the marvellous introduction of the Black Lives Matter thing at Alexandra Park, which is the local park in Hastings. And I was looking at it today, and I was so horrified at the things that people wrote. They were so horrible. Like, oh, all lives matter. What about white people? What about this? What about that? And can you explain?
Well, I mean,
Pum?
so how could you possibly blame people who feel marginalized in their own lives, who've not had the benefit of maybe enjoying all the galleries and the coffee shops and the, nice theatres or whatever, and they just feel it's ridiculous. And of course they should feel that. Of course they should feel that. I
Yeah.
think they're directing it in the wrong place, and unfortunately, sometimes the very people who say all lives matter are also the ones who step over the homeless, and tell the drowning person who is running away from persecution and bombs to go back.
Oh, so that upsets me so much. When people hear, I remember I saw an article the other day about Folkestone or somewhere, and they were turning an old prison or something into a camp for refugees.
That's right.
Or standing outside protesting. I thought, it's a horrible prison. It's not like it's luxury flats. It's horrible. But how much must those people hate where they live and feel persecuted? They're willing to put their lives at risk in a little dinghy.
Well, yeah, and I think that it's a horrible situation, and for those people who live nearby, who they feel persecuted, they feel that their government has failed them, and of course their government has failed them, but that's who they should be protesting to. Those are the people they should be channeling their anger towards. I think that people have and will always and should be shocked and horrified by people arriving on dinghies, across that sea. They should be shocked and horrified. And the protest should be about opening humane channels so people don't have to risk their lives.
Exactly.
I think that the feelings that people have are correct. How they make sense and how they frame them and who they levy them at is incorrect. And hopefully we can all, with a little bit of patience, can help everybody, come to some kind of accommodation.
I know. Because, a lot of things, no one can help where they were born. I was just lucky. I was born in a nice middle class family in London,
Yeah. And
Grew up
I
in
was
the
lucky
East.
I was born into a wonderful family in Jamaica, and was lucky to have 6 amazing brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky I've got 6. They're not all wonderful, but I get to pick. I feel sorry for the poor buggers who only had one and they don't get on. But no, but yeah, you're absolutely right. And also, I mean, we've got Black History coming up next month.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! The whole month. I think I think that the history that's taught, a lot is omitted about how some of those countries were taken over, how much of their wealth was plundered, what kind of friends they put in power so that influence and money still came, so that people here still benefited, whether it's selling weapons to them or selling, you know, uh, we talk about corruption in third world countries when corruption is
Rife here.
endemic worldwide.
Of course it is.
The very, Mr. Johnson's father made his money from helping people hide their money, hide their tax money.
What?
Or was Mr.
Well, what
Cameron?
about Boris? What was it? No, the other one, Trump, paid £750 tax.
Oh, please, let's not talk about
No,
the.
we keep our England worry.
He's just. It's just. No matter how hard I try, I cannot find any nice words to make sense of the great big orange baby, you know? Other
But
than I
people,
believe he's
some
got some.
people like him.
Yes, of course they like him. And why wouldn't they? The world is so rich that everybody should be liked in by some people. And he's found his little church based on just being mean. And there
Oh,
is a culture of mean. And when you can get together with people and just be mean about other people, yeah, you're going to find your little crowd. And he's found his. But even some of them are getting a bit fed up with him, though,
yeah.
Sue.
I just would like the world to be full of nice, kind people, as the politicians. But I think nice, kind people, I think to myself, what am I doing that thankless job for? You know,
Yeah.
it must be a nightmare. So I think if you've got any sense, you're sensible enough to think, no, I don't want to do that job.
Mm,
It's
mm.
horrible. It's a horrible world at the moment, really, isn't it? You know, I'm all right in my little bit here, but a lot of the world isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm I'm feeling anxious a lot of the time, certainly more so now than in many other times in my life when
Yeah,
I ever had some sort of anxiety. And there is an uncertainty. And as you say, you know, we're all right, Jack, but many people aren't.
I know,
And that,
and that's stressing.
yeah, that's where the
There's kind of
uncertainty.
an underlying, everything you do, there's kind of a tiny underlying fear and anxiety about just being here. You don't know what's going on.
Well, there seems to be quite a lot of stuff going on at the moment. I mean, for example, did you know that the Department of Education has issued guidance or guideline? I think it's guidance because is legal, basically banning schools from teaching. Is it anti-capitalism? I wrote it down here, and
Yeah,
they've likened, right, anti-capitalism the same, that they've decided that if you teach or use material from any group that's ever spoke about anti-capitalism,
yeah,
its extreme political stance, right, and it's exactly the same as opposing freedom or anti-Semitism. So, in theory, now, because my participation in Rally Against Racism, yeah,
yeah.
and if I was to work within schools, um, I couldn't produce any material, including that sort of Black history or
Yeah.
women, you know, famous women or anything, because I'm part of a group that may have said something about anti-capitalism. I don't know, Sue, if you remember Section
I
28.
was just going to say exactly that. I was going to bring it up and say that was exactly the same thing.
And then the other blunder about teachers having to grass in students about anti-terrorism, which led to them anti-terrorist police raiding a 10-year-old's family home because he said he lived in a terrorist house. He meant he lived in a terrorist house,
Oh,
but they couldn't. They just talk to him and say, excuse me, what do you mean by
yeah.
that? No, they dobbed him into the police. So, you know, I don't know what this means, but that and other similar things are being sort of snuck in under the
But
radar.
are people who are members of UKIP and things like that, are they allowed to teach in the schools?
Well, they're not teaching anti-capitalism
No. If they're teaching
in any
racism,
way.
homophobia,
No, no, that's okay.
that's allowed, yeah.
It seems to be. Seems to be. I don't know where that's coming from.
It's
Or
just,
how they can liken talking about anti-capitalism, even as a concept, they liken that to anti-Semitism.
How?
So I missed something.
I don't know. It's the things that are going on. Haven't they now? They're stopping that. Like trans people could call themselves whatever they liked.
Yeah.
That's all been stopped, apparently. Yeah, I just think live and let live. Let people be what they are. People are different. It makes life interesting. Who cares? No one's hurt. People are hurting other people. Fair enough. But
Someone once said something about, you know what? I can't stand all that hippie tea. Yeah. But I'll boil the kettle for you.
yeah,
You don't have to love it. Yeah. But
yeah,
really, it's like, I don't wear stiletto heels, but I'll happily tell you where the shop is that sells stiletto heels.
yeah.
I don't understand why people get so riled up about other people's liberties, wishes, wants, or loves.
I know. Because where did the rules come from in the first place? They're not They're not rules written in a book, are they? They're just what sort of happened over time.
I know.
It's beyond my comprehension. But anyway, so what are you doing? Anything special for Black History Month?
Oh, see, now there's a problem, you see, because actually we have to cross out the month there.
Oh yeah,
Because, I mean, a month? Really?
Black History Year, Black
You
History
know,
Forever.
I mean, I think it's like Wakanda forever or something for me. But we are launching some stuff. When I say we, there's a whole conglomerate of us. For a start, there is Shade. Now, why Shade? Shade is because I am sick of BAME. BAME is some tick box exercise to count numbers and then disregard us. Yeah?
Yes.
Well, we don't. So we have formed the St Leonard's and Hastings Alliance for diverse ethnicity, Shade, and you may see some posters going up all around town saying "We are here."
Yeah.
You will see those, along the seafront in those things, and where we've got a culture trail where you'll be able to basically go online and listen at various places when you go around town. You'll be able to listen to various voices of people, Black people
Yeah.
from the African diaspora around town, talking about their experiences either of living here, of coming here, or of their families. Um, there are some very interesting ones. I'm not going to spoil anything by
Yeah.
mentioning anything, but you would be amazed the wealth and breadth of some of the Black people we have hiding in
I know.
full sight. Um, Also, Black Butterfly. You can find. By the way, you'll be able to find out more as we go along on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
The website is shade.network, and blackbutterfly.org.uk is working with me, who's part of Black Butterfly, we
Yeah.
will be launching an art competition called Playing the Race Card.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I'm doing this initiative is that since I moved to Hastings, I've had people actually saying that to me. When you call them out, when you were talking about vile and nasty things that you were reading,
Yeah.
uh, people have said vile and nasty things to me, but that's not the ones that's most disturbing. It's the good and the great and the people that you think are your friends who say things, and then when you call them out, they say, "Oh, there you go, playing the race card," or
Yeah.
one person actually said, "Don't play that 'is it 'cause I is black' shit." And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you actually did say that to me. You actually said that to me. And so playing the race card is usually used to just shut people down.
Yeah.
So, and to shut off our conversation and to
Yeah.
deny our experiences. And so there is a competition, and the question to people of color or people who identify as black or people who are different either ethnically or whatever is, what does playing the race card mean to you? What does it mean? So that's the question, and we'll be launching that next month as well. As
Yeah.
long and also there'll be some other sort of workshops and stuff
Yeah.
going on as we go through October into November, December, January, forever, because it's not a month.
Yeah. So it's hard to plan anything, really. Are they sort of in-person meetings or are they online meetings?
Mostly online. For
Yeah.
the race card competition, there will be hopefully a virtual gallery
Yeah.
will be actual launched in January. The competition we'll be opening or putting the call out in the next 2-3 weeks,
Yeah.
and there will be a couple of workshops, and I'm not sure how we're going to facilitate those because they need to be physical workshops to help people who are not artists,
Yeah.
so that they can help them with any piece of work, whether it's poetry, a painting, it could be cartoon, photography, whatever their medium is.
Yeah.
There'll be workshops to help them, so that they can enter really.
Yeah.
Because we really need people to talk more about these things. It's not enough to say, "Oh, you're racist," or "Yeah, you're playing the race card." We need people to actually come together and talk. So that will be going on in some form or to other.
It's just
Yeah,
hard to organise anything nowadays, isn't it? Because the rules change every day, what you can do.
I know. I
It's hard to
know.
keep up with.
But that's what I mean about the anxiety. It's
I know.
like we're just constantly like hedging our bets because it just feels the ground is shifting all the time. It's 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 just a really odd time we live in.
I know. But at the same time, I was trying to see the positive in anything. I quite like strange situations. And so I've got to kind of try to enjoy the weirdness. Because I know that people who lived in the war, most of them seems to be the time of their life. They never stop talking about it. And of course,
Yeah,
I've never lived like
we do
that.
we do kind of big up things that have gone. But yes, I think that what you just said about trying your best to just enjoy the weirdness of the
Yeah,
situation, it's never going to come again. I think it's certainly one strategy that works for a lot of people, really. I mean,
those.
during lockdown, our shady groups have been sort of, we've been exchanging and making and yeah, and finding ways to have fun because we're lucky here that we've had that beach, aren't we?
So lucky. Have you been in
Mm.
the sea?
Yeah, my ankles have definitely been introduced on a couple of occasions.
I've been right under.
Really? God, didn't
But it's
anybody
the pebbles. With your knees, those pebbles are a killer.
really? Oh, I tell you what, yeah, no, I got to have my proper sea shoes on even
Oh,
then. And,
and
oh,
me. But I'll
no,
still be a
no,
40.
I did do, the old sort of wading around a lot of the time, but I
Yeah.
can't be in there. Have you not noticed? Body's not made for that. No.
We're not fish. Yeah, but I love it.
Yeah. No, even when it's really hot, I struggle with it.
Yeah.
But it is wonderful. I'll tell myself that next year I shall definitely go in.
I know what I want to ask you about.
Mm.
How long did you live in San Francisco, and why, and how did that happen?
Oh God, that was a weird thing, wasn't it? I,
Yeah,
I,
you're very
I,
weird.
I went to San Francisco in 1980 and I came back in 87. So I
Yeah,
was there for 7 years, 8 years, and
yeah.
I went there because I was on the bout of deep depression and
Oh,
probably was going to do something really, really bad because I had been through all this stuff and I was working in youth work. I kept getting hassled by the police, and then I got a job in on a building site, painting and decorating.
yeah,
For a contractor for Islington Council, and it was just the most awful, awful situation. So, and I was part of a collective in Islington, Bread and Roses. We had
yeah,
a health food shop on Upper Street, and that was great. And I applied to be a plumber to do the training, the apprenticeship, and the it wasn't apprenticeship then; it was a TOPS course.
oh, I remember them well. Tops.
Yeah,
They were
government.
good. Those courses.
They were great, and they kept knocking me back. And then actually, I had to get somebody from the law centre to go ask to do something another to see the result. They said I failed the bloody test when I had passed with flying colours. That was
Yeah.
at the Labour Exchange to get onto the damn course. Anyway, I got
Which
onto
one
the
was
course.
it? I probably know it.
Huh?
Which one were you signing on at?
You know, in Islington,
Chapel Market, Barnsbury.
yeah, at the
Yeah.
bottom
I,
end.
I worked there,
Oh, probably
but
it
not
was
in
bloody young.
1980. It was after you.
No,
It
we're
was
younger
after
than
then.
me. Yeah, and then when I did the course, I there was an NF guy on there who used to. We used to have a pot of lead, and he would chuck stuff in it when I was near, so I got burnt, and he would come in the morning. Good morning, Wilson. Any good morning, you be all right in the morning. Oh, it's black. I mean, it was just relentless, relentless. And then I had to trick my first employer, who was Camden Council, into
Yeah,
giving me a job because they kept saying there was no job, right?
yeah,
And eventually they hired me only because they were tricked into hiring me because they were
yeah.
lying. And then they had all these, cameras and publicity about, even if you go to Getty Images, I'm there as
Oh,
being not. I didn't make history by being the first woman plumber.
yeah.
Camden Council made history by hiring the first one. It just begs
Oh,
belief. And I left there and joined a collective, a building collective. But
mm,
even though they were generally nice blokes, the kind that might drink down in the old town or whatever, they were just nasty, entitled prats. And in the end, I got fed up, decided I'm going for a little, you know,
June.
little travel. I've been around Europe and it wasn't very nice.
Yeah,
And I knew some people in San Francisco. I went there and actually it was my kind of place. It
yeah.
was really good and I got married.
What, to an
And
American?
uh,
To an American?
yeah, I got
Yeah.
married in San Francisco to a friend of mine. It was a very happy marriage. He was gay, I was not. We lived
Oh,
together.
oh, so you just married him so you could stay there, you mean?
I married him because not just so I could stay
Yeah, but
there.
you loved him as well.
because we were best friends.
Oh yeah.
It suited both our purposes, you know, for whatever his purposes were, which were personal to him
Yeah.
and to me. And we've always been, you know, really, really good friends. And I did the civil service test and got a great job with the you know, city and county of San Francisco. I had a wonderful employer who, when I first walked in, he says, "Hey, we had some black girl and she was shit." You know, and it's like, yeah, but you probably hired loads of redneck who was shit. But I bet you
Yeah.
don't say to everyone who walks in here. And then the big box goes, "Yeah, I like her. She good," you know. And from that moment, I was, you know, they just, I could do no wrong pretty much.
Yeah.
And having an English accent really helped. Trust me, everyone, people would ask for me, you know.
Yeah.
It was just a thing. It was wonderful. And even when I came back here, they continued to send me gifts. And first they held my job open for a year, then it was 5 years if I
Oh,
wanted to
how
go back.
lovely.
It was, you know, I mean, there was some not so good experiences in there, but on the whole, it was such an enriching experience working with and alongside the kind of white American male, blue collar, you know, that people would criticize. The same kind of white working class men I worked with here in London, who they were the ones who would kick ass if anybody did anything to me. Those vile comments, you
Yeah.
know, fist in somebody's gob. They talk with their fists.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, our middle class white friends, when they wouldn't serve me in a pub, would say, "It's okay, Claudine, we'll buy you a drink and you can have it outside."
Excellent. Do you, I mean, this might sound a ridiculous time, but do you feel that things are slightly better now than they were when you were younger? Or do you
You
still
know,
feel the same amount of.
everything is always slightly better if that's the way it is. But when you're 66 years old and your first encounter of racism was age 8, coming to this country, grown men spitting at you, and they still do spit at you, and that people have become, well, for a while, people were really clever at hiding it. And for a while, there was a state of affair where you didn't have to love me, but just keep your freaking feelings to yourself.
Yeah.
And I was happy with that. And then people like UKIP and Boris came along, and it became fashionable to be risque about letterbox, bum boy, you know, pickaninny, watermelon, all of this, you know, stuff became, what's the problem? The problem was us. And then, and also the reporting of racism, the calling it out for many black people can be more traumatic than the experience
Yeah.
itself. Is it better? I don't know. See, my nephew is a lovely young man. He's an architect.
Yeah.
He's mixed race. He's done everything he's supposed to do. Yeah?
Yeah.
To uni, done this, stayed out of trouble, and he's working. And he's never been political. He's never spoken out.
Yeah.
And then he posted something which said something like, "They keep telling me, be patient.
Yeah.
You know, should wait. They told my mum, be patient, wait. They told her mum, be patient, be wait. Da, 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 da. She told her mum, pick cotton. I'm tired of waiting."
Yeah.
And that is both refreshing but a little bit frightening, yeah, because I have I am feeling in some quarters there is a backlash. You talk
Yeah.
about are things better? You talked about that all lives matter, you know, as a direct, you know, sort of backlash against Black Lives Matter.
It is.
There is this hierarchy of racism that's always been practiced here on this planet. And it doesn't matter what happens, if you have dark skin,
Yeah.
the racism that you experience will always come behind everybody else, you see. You talk, you know, you, talking about things here in this town being told, you know, well, such and such is from Spain. They feel no. You get all this whataboutism.
Yeah.
Whataboutery has become a thing. You know, it's just, yeah, are things getting better? So I'd be an idiot to say that things haven't got better.
Yeah.
I've got a lovely house and, you
Yeah.
know, but at the same time, money, because I didn't go to uni and I didn't get no inheritance.
Yeah.
So sort of working, making a bit of money, saving, not having holidays, not having, you know, always having second hand. You think that when you got a bit of money in your hand and you want to buy a place or
Yeah.
something, it would be a leveler. It's not a leveler. In Hastings, even having a bit of money isn't a leveler. And I've been collecting stories from
Yeah.
people who've experienced situations where their money literally wasn't good enough because people are practicing some kind of social cleansing or, you know, some ridiculous race and class exercise in terms of
Mm.
who can buy where and live where. Has things changed? Yeah, hell yeah, they've changed.
Yeah.
But people are getting really good at just hiding. People very good at smiling. Have you noticed how quickly politicians say, "Oh, you know, we're truly sorry." You know, Priti Patel came and made some big old statement about being sorry about Windrush. I don't care about her sorry. They have put £200 million in that fund. How much have they paid out?
How much? Nothing.
1 million. People are dying every day without ever getting any compensation for the way they've treated
Mm.
us, the black skin us. Yeah?
Yeah.
Windrush.
I understand. Well, I
Huh?
don't understand properly, but it's so, you know, it's hard for me to imagine what it'd be like. But I'm really trying to learn more and more and more because, you know, I think I'm a fool because I can't understand how people can be that horrible and think someone's less than them and deserve to be spat out because of their colour of their skin. It's just beyond my comprehension that people could do that.
But it's all learnt behaviour, Sue.
Yeah.
And going forward, us talking, us sharing, our job is just to make sure that, or to minimize this learned behavior, you
I
know?
know. I try and pick my friends up, or sometimes when they say things, I say, "No, you can't say that." I try. But has anyone else got any questions for Claudine before? The time's gone so quick. We've only got 10 minutes left.
No.
I know how quick has that gone?
Oh, that's
It's gone
really
really
quick.
quick. I'll have to come and speak to you properly because I'm trying to learn more. You know,
Yeah,
make
I'll
myself
cook you
a
up some
person.
food.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like squash though.
Okay, no squash.
I'm a right fuss pot. But you know, it's my. I just feel terrible, really, that people are treated so badly. Mind you, my mum's. I told you she's a funny woman. When she was young, she went, "Now, what I do, I think every black person should marry a white person. That everyone would have these beautiful mixed race children, and we'd all be the same, and this racism wouldn't exist." But I don't think that'll work, do you?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You see, I mean, Jane Elliott, who is an amazing American, a white American, she's she was a teacher, and
Yeah.
she has embarked on trying to, teach people about racism. And she would say there is no such thing as racism because there is only one race.
The
Yeah,
human.
that's right. It's
Yeah,
all about colorism and shadism. Yeah.
I
And
know.
so in some respects your mum is right. On a very sort of simplistic
Yeah,
level. It's like,
simplistic. So, oh, when are your stories going to be published?
huh?
You thinking of publishing your stories?
No,
Oh, you don't want to write a book? Have you written a
no,
book already?
no,
Oh, I saw
no.
one. I saw on your CV you're an actress. When was that?
Listen, I had this list of things I was going to do when I retired.
Yeah.
And that was one of them. I've never trained to be an actor. I
Hmm.
just put my profile on Star Now,
Yeah.
and casting agents started approaching me. And mostly I do background, I do the
Yeah.
odd commercial and stuff. And I was the film that's there was a film crew in Hastings.
Oh yeah, the other week. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a minor part in that
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, it's been really good. Apparently, I got a character full face.
Yeah. I think so. Oh yeah, in Despo was Greek.
Yeah.
Do you know Despo Hawkins?
Oh,
Yeah, so it's even as Greek and Italians they were picked on.
yes, I hear that a lot. Yes, I do. Yes, I know that. That's not actually, while I can empathize with
Yeah,
that, that's actually not very helpful to me
yeah,
because I am still followed around in shops, but Greek or Italians tend not to be.
yeah,
There is a different, there is hate everywhere. There is hate for new people, and some of the new refugees could blend in without being seen. I
yeah,
know Polish people who are brutalized just because they're, of their accent, and they are as whiter than you. Um, that, yeah, we know that hate is in many quarters, many quarters. And I think earlier on you were talking about sort of trans people, or I
yeah,
mean, there is just so much hate everywhere. And on a very basic level, we just want to do why can't we just get along? Why can't we just, live as one, one love, and all of those bleeding little sayings. But it's going to take a little bit more than that. It's going to take a little more than everybody just leaning their head to the side and going, ah.
yeah.
Um, for
Sorry,
their
I know, I know. I don't know what to do. It's just, but it all started. It's been going on since the year began. World began, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think that you just keep on doing what you're doing, Sue, which is great. You call people out,
Yeah,
and that's what we need more. Because actually, sometimes you call people out, they're the people you become closer to, because they don't go off crying in a corner.
yeah,
Oh, it's racist and all of this, and that's a big problem as well. The whole fragility. It's like, oh, I had a friend who was crying because somebody said she might be racist. Well, I can't cry every time a racist says something to me because I would be crying all the time. Stop
yeah,
the bloody crying. Let's just deal with what's in front of us. And that's how we get along, by not hiding because somebody questions, is it possible that what you're saying could be, yeah?
yeah.
Or
I know.
maybe, what you're saying, some people might saying that racist. How do you feel about that? You know, but also remember, we have to treat everybody with respect, even those that are questioning, surely all lives matter. When they're questioning that, we have to treat people with respect because, yes, all lives does matter. But right now, Black Lives Matter because it has never mattered. That's the point. And that's why being told about the Japanese experience at Ellis Island, being told about the kinder transport is not that helpful. And by the way, the British were not very nice to those children. And in hindsight, we did all these wonderful things to welcome all these refugees. They weren't very nice, you know, but all that passes, and hopefully, we will not be always the back of the bus, the last people to gain anything from all the love that people apparently, has out there. If all lives matter, can we just please talk about Black lives? Yeah, and not all the other ones. Just right now.
Did you hear
Yeah.
the thing last week about that barrister, black barrister, who got questioned 3 times in one day in the court because 3 people thought that she was a suspect? I mean, it was on the news last week.
I'm not laughing. I mean, look, I'm not going to share my stories about what I've been mistaken as.
Yeah.
And it's because I have black skin. It's not because I look Jewish or Italian or anything.
Yeah.
It's because I'm black. And because I'm black, I'm the teacher, the gardener, the this. Yeah? And listen, to be honest, I think I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm doing fine because if I took in most of the shit that goes on,
yeah,
I'd be sectioned under the Mental Health Act. I must have something in me to keep on keeping on. Yeah, and that's my advice to you, Sue, and anybody else who's just keep on doing whatever you're doing.
Try and be thoughtful and kind,
Yeah.
but to everybody. If everybody was kind to everybody all the time, but it doesn't happen. I mean, I'm a right witch sometimes.
So everybody has their off days, but I think also the trick is when you're wrong, instead of being wrong and strong, you just,
say,
when
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that works.
I'm still waiting for someone in the gaffer. I'm sorry. We've made a mess up of everything.
Yeah.
Any more questions? We've only got a couple more minutes. No.
No questions.
I very much enjoyed this talk. It's, more depth than usual. Usually I'm a very shallow person. But have you ever watched a programme called Good Trouble? I know this sounds simple. It's on BBC iPlayer. It's an American programme about, it's a drama. But it really, really did a lot to teach me about Black Lives Matter.
What's it called?
Good Trouble. I mean, it's a simple, it's easy to watch, an easy drama, but it's got this underlying theme of the Black Lives Matter. And it's quite interesting, It's a way you can understand a bit by watching something easy to watch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think theatre and drama are very powerful tools.
Yeah, and also I think, Diversity did that thing on Britain's Got Talent, and there was like 10,000 complaints. But then ITV stood behind them and wrote big, things in the press supporting them, which I think's nice.
Yeah, I think what ITV, I'm not their advocate, but what they did was absolutely on point. You just shut it down with a statement, saying we value diversity.
Yeah.
No more to be said.
I think Ashley Banjo should be Prime Minister. He's a lovely Pum? What were you going to say?
I says I certainly wouldn't mind looking at him every day.
But he always seems such a lovely bloke as well.
Yeah. Did you see that program he did? What was it called? Something flirty dancing.
Yeah. It was loads of rubbish. Watched
Really
it. Sometimes it was like heartwarming, wasn't it? You go, oh, and he seemed to care. Oh, look, there we are. Vanessa Crawford.
What does that say?
The world needs more Claudines. And she's reckoned an album by Bobby Vilan.
Oh, I love him.
Oh, do you? I haven't heard of him. I have to listen.
Oh my God, you must. If you've Bobby Vilan or Bobby Villain, depending on which way. I think it's subvertively Bobby Villain. He is so powerful.
Oh, I'll have a listen to that.
Swears a lot.
Pardon?
He's very sweary.
Oh, is he? Oh, I can cope with that. Right. Oh no, we're almost. How quick did that go? I'm sorry if I haven't said the right questions, but I'm doing my best. No. Have we got any pictures, Katie?
It was lovely chatting to you, Sue.
Oh, good.
Look, I didn't even finish my special gin cocktail.
I finished my Diet Coke.
Oh.
Oh, 1 minute and we get the pictures up of some of them, so that'd be good. And then it'll get a little gallery, which I like.
You got some pictures?
Yeah, she's just getting them together so we can have a quick look. Oh. Do you do art as well?
Well, I suppose it depends what you mean. I've always thought that art is not about just putting something on paper or composing the thing. It's just how you create your environment or whatever. So I guess, and I think I'm creative.
Yeah.
And do I do art? Probably not. But I am creative in terms of.
Yeah.
I think I'm resourceful, and that's where it comes from. When you're the eldest of 7 children, yeah, you become very resourceful. I learnt to cook, wash, crochet, knit, all of that. By the time I was 10, I could run a household. So thanking my mother for that.
Yeah. Well, see, my mum was bone idle, so she taught me to cook when I was 4. So more or less I didn't do all the cooking, but I did a lot.
Oh God, my mum, even now, my mum doesn't know how to be bone idle.
Yeah.
And she's really creative, and you will see her on Facebook commenting on things. I'm surprised she's not on here.
Yeah. Oh, that's Despo. She's got the red lips.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice. Background.
You like my Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, like my dad's pockets behind me. That's cool. I like that.
Oh, that's my friend. I love that.
Wow.
Karen Duffin did that. She's one of my projects. Oh, that's very good. Lovely. There's some brilliant ones.
Digital job. Oh, I love that one too.
Yeah, sweet little picture.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Freeman, thank you very much.
Oh, hi, bye, Paul.
Thanks, Karen, for your lovely picture. It was marvellous. Oh, thanks for hearing. I think she means sharing. Oh, good, Debbie. Debbie's just moved to Bexhill, so welcome to the area.
Hey, hi, Debbie.
She moved from Brighton.
If you see me on the street, just stop me. I love a chat.
So do I. Anymore? See, a lot of people, they send them in later, so that's when we make the gallery. So I just want to say thank you so much. I've enjoyed it so much. I was a bit nervous, because it's subjects, I feel I might say the wrong thing, but I tried my best.
Oh, you were wonderful, and don't get above yourself with that saying the wrong thing. Sometimes we step out and we trip a little bit, but we keep going.
Yeah,
all of us do.
Oh, I love that.
Wow,
very glamorous. Gorgeous.
Oh,
Oh, I love that.
Good.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh,
I love the fact they wrote live in the corner.
oh my
Oh,
God.
thanks, Despo. Despo, how's your grey hair getting on? Oh, if you got pasta on your picture, it doesn't matter. It'll add to it.
Oh, Sarah, I want to see it.
I know, we want to see your pasta drawing.
Yes, Sarah. Sarah is the mad gardener woman.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. She does a lot of guerrilla gardening and she absolutely beautifies our environment.
Well, here's a
She
man down my road who does. He's put little things up on the lampposts.
yeah, she's
I have to say, people
amazing.
who
Oh,
live
she's
round here,
amazing.
they're so.
Sarah, I love you too much.
Ah, well, I'm looking forward to meeting you in real life, so we can chat more and you can educate me more. Your grey hair rules. It's the truth. Share the cat. Oh, hi, Kate. Kate's going to be my model soon. Right.
Oh,
I haven't told you about my model next week before you go. My model next week is Mark Moore from the group S Express. I've got the hots for you, if you remember that song. So we'll be back probably on the 80s vibe next week.
oh, cool. I'm going to dress up.
Yeah. Oh, Mark Moore's fantastic. So I've known him for many years, so I know what to talk about. Oh, that's
Wow.
lovely. Got a nice big gap in your teeth.
He's got the gap.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've got a pretend gap at the moment. Look, it looks like one, but it isn't. These are
What
all
have you got?
implants. They're chipped.
You got lettuce in your teeth or
No,
something?
they're all implants. They were perfect. But the front is all just chipped, and they don't know what to do about it. So I'm waiting to see. I don't care though. Got worse things in life.
I've always wanted less of a gap, but that's what I got, and that's what I like.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. I better let everyone go now. If they haven't had their dinner, they'll be waiting for it.
All right then.
But I can carry on talking to you when Katie shuts the show down. Thanks, everyone, and see you all next week, I hope. It's been great.